What is going on, everyone? Welcome to G-Ball Vision, your daily source for knife and EDC content. Today, I have a new knife here to share with you all, and this one is coming in from Trivisa. You already know what to do. While we're getting this thing opened up, let me know down in the comments what your EDC is for today. Love seeing what you guys are carrying. Nice packaging, as always, from Trivisa. Microfiber cloth. You get a microfiber pouch. This is going to be one of their newer creations. I believe these were first available in February of this year. This is the Trivisa Lamb, and this is going to be a little different than what we've seen from them in the past in design and in one certain material, which is going to be the blade steel choice. They're going with N690 here on the Lamb, which I don't have a problem with, especially at the price point. Now, depending on where you look at these and decide to pick one up, they have them on Amazon and they have them on their website. And I would say their website is going to be the best place to pick it up because you do get free shipping, and I have a coupon code, and that's going to take the price down below $70. I think on Amazon, for the uncoated, they're like $73, and for the coated like this here, they are like $76. So there is a little price difference between the two in this case, but I will have them both linked down below in case Amazon ends up getting a coupon code or something like that for these. Then you might have a little bit of a shot at getting a deal one way or the other. But we do have that really nice lamb's foot style blade, kind of a really low drop point. It is dual ground here, reminds me of the RS Chaos in an idea. Some people won't like that for sharpening side of things, but I've never found it to be an issue just in being just a general user and maintainer of the blades. Never had an issue. Now, maybe if you really hone in on the sharpening side of things, maybe that could prove to be an issue. But having that little bit more robust edge here, I've never found that to be a problem. And vice versa, when it's up towards the tip, never really found that to be a problem. I've never had an issue with dual ground blades unless they are extremely crazy one way or the other, but this is just a little bit thicker, and we'll check that here in a moment. We do have a cutout for deployment. This is going to be a crossbar lock from Trivisa, and they only have a couple of these at this point, and this might be one of the best feeling ones out of the group that I've handled so far. It's got good springs in there. I don't know if they're adjustable. I'll try to find that out and pop it up if I can, but they feel good, especially off that thumb flick. And this isn't even broken in. Yeah. More of a reverse flicker, or a tip flicker, I should say, fingertip flicker. And then this G10 is really reminiscent of what I've seen from like Artisan Cutlery do, and I believe who else? Oh, Miguron has a few that look like this. It's really nicely finished G10, and everything is heavily chamfered on the edges here. Looks like some really good stuff. No branding on the blade. We just have their logo here on the pivot, which looks really good. And then there's no branding on the clip side here either. We just have the steel marking, which you can see there is N690. I don't know if it'll pop up there good enough or not. And we are looking at a deep carry steel rollover clip here, and it is recessed, and so are the screws. And we do have the option here for lefty mounting positions, and they include a filler tab there. So it gives a nice complete look and aesthetic to the knife here. Now, what I'm interested in here is the size and the weight mostly of this. We are looking at about 3 inches of cutting edge. We'll call it 3.1 for total blade. And we are about 7 3/16 to this little tail end here. We have a couple of comparison knives here with the Vastid Raccoon and the Kaiser Drop Bear, and it's going to be a little bit shorter than the Raccoon, but I'd say it's almost dead on with the Drop Bear's size, and it's going to perform similarly to the original drop bear blade. They have since done fixed blades with different blade shapes, but that's going to be relatively close. Now the lamb is going to be a little bit lower, but if you've ever cut with or handled a drop bear, going to be fairly similar to that. And we have the Kaiser Militar up top here and the Benchmade bug out here on the bottom. And it's going to be a little bit smaller than the Benchmade and quite a bit smaller than the Kaiser Militar. We'll take a look at this pocket clip, see what this looks like in the pocket, and check retention on that clip. And a good hold there initially, and that feels good. That's going to look good. It's a clean pocket clip. There's not a lot going on with it. Very simple. I like how it comes up and then it immediately dies off there. So that's going to go in and out of the pocket very well. We'll check retention here on the way out, and a nice little click on our thin cloth. Has very good spring to it. And as we said, it is going to be left-hand friendly as well. We'll bring out my arch nemesis here in our scale, and we'll give this thing a check. We do have recessed steel liners in there that go all the way to the butt end, and we do have a G10 backspacer in there. This has a little bit of heft to it, but it's not real heavy. I don't know. I'm going to guess, put your guesses in, 3.1. Oh! 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 Yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. 3.1 and 88 grams. I guarantee you didn't get that right. You didn't. I don't get them all right either. It's okay. Well, not for me, but it's okay that you get them wrong video in and video out. It's okay. The part in the video where some people just fast forward to see this after pulling the knife out of the box, we'll go ahead and check our handle thickness here, and 0.48. We'll check our we'll check our blade stock first because we're not going to go out of order. 117 thousandths for our thickest part there. Now we'll check this edge here. And that's going to be about 30 thousandths. Well, it went down to about 28, which I'd say that's about right. That's a little thicker than normal. How about this primary edge though up here? And that's coming down pretty thin there at about 18.5. Not extremely thin, but I would say a little thinner than average. Typically we see 20, 21, 22 thousandths behind the edge on an average, I would say. So that's getting down there fairly thin on that primary edge and staying a little bit thicker than average here on that little portion. But let's see how this thing cuts out of the box. We got our SMKW catalog here. We are on the old bear section. And let's see what we are looking at. You'll definitely have a little bit of piercing power here with this bad boy. I like that blade shape. Feels like it's got a good edge on it. Ooh, yeah. That's butter. Yeah, that thicker portion's even nice. And I don't think transitioning is going to be an issue at all. It feels really good. Yeah, no trouble at all. That's got a fine edge on it out of the box. I really like this. We are going to see what this lock is all about. And for that, we will bring out our trusty companion, Spine Wacky here. And we'll give this thing a little check out. We are centered up there. There's no detent, so we have no detent lashing. Everything feels good there around the pivot. We'll check our lockup here. No movement up or down, and no movement side to side. That feels really good. It's not out of the ordinary to have a little bit of movement in there just because of the nature of the lock, but companies have been able to here very recently get a very good lockup, and we will see what we got here with the Trivisa lamp. Yeah, those were some good shots. Very good. Couple of double taps. Very good. We have come to, after hundreds and hundreds of tests, come to the conclusion that a crossbar lock is a solid option for a dependable lock for an EDC knife. Is it the most robust lock, and is it the most enjoyable when it comes to deployment of the blade as far as detent and all that? No, it's not as good as a detent, but they have come an extremely long way when it comes to crossbar locks. Compared to 7 years ago, 5 to 7 years ago, they have come a very long way, and over the last year and a half have proven to be a very reliable and dependable lock. And I think you combine that with a comfortable handle like this, a very useful blade shape. That tip is going to be naturally pointed down, even with your hand straight. Comes down nice and low. That's going to be, you have nothing to interfere with your grip here. It'll be easy to climb up on that tip if you need to. It'll be easy to come up behind the edge there if you need a little bit more control or power on this thing. Solid weight. I wouldn't mind seeing this in a bigger platform, that's for sure. And if they would have ran the jimping out further or had like a secondary layer here, that would be one nitpick. And I wouldn't mind seeing a longer backspacer in there. That is another minor nitpick, but nothing here that would say, this isn't a solid knife. I am interested to see how their N690 compares with the 14C that they do. And I have plenty of their 14C dating back several years. So I'll be able to do a little bit of comparing and contrasting. Now, this is the only N690 I have, but we'll be able to get a little bit of use on this thing and see what it's all about. And I will report back to you guys here shortly to let you know how it's going. You guys will have to let me know, what do you think of the Trivisa lamb here? I look forward to hearing from you guys. And if you have this knife or have any experience with Trivisa's knives, be sure to let us know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you have someone in your life that is a knife or gear lover, be sure to share this video with them. Both of those things help out the videos tremendously. If you're new to the channel here and you enjoy knife and EDC content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release daily videos just like this. I'll pop up a couple of newer videos on your screen. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.